G'day, Heath here from pickinglessons.com. Handsome Molly, this has such a great melody. It's always been a favourite of mine. Here in this banjo lesson, we're in the key of G. We have 3 variations on the break that you can repeat and use through the song. Now in a moment, we're going to take a look at the first idea. So each break's over 8 measures, so we'll look at that here in this video, but if you head to pickinglessons.com, you're able to grab yourself a copy of the tablature in the members section there as well. We'll break down the 2 other ideas, and you'll also have a backing track and play along track to help you out as you're learning it. Okay, let's start out with this first break. We're in the key of G, standard tuning. We have 8 measures to look at, and each of these breaks really does feature the melody in 3 different ways. And this first variation, we're moving up the neck. So we're starting here in this open position, very classic Scruggsy sound roll. Let's have a look at those first 2 bars. So the first bar there, classic Scruggs type roll. That hammer on we have notated as 2 8th notes, so 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Watch the fingers there, first and second fingers, quite straightforward. Right hand, we're just rolling forward essentially, yeah. It's all in the tablature. We'll break down some of the harder movements, but that's an easy one. Second measure, we have this little moment where we have 2 quarter notes for the melodies, so that 2nd fret, the E, and we shift up to the G in unison there with a pinch. And then a backward roll. First 2 bars, 3, 4. We'll come back to that in a moment. 3rd measure along. We're starting to move up the neck. Here we have this C position, sort of a passing chord into our D up next. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, all that forward roll momentum in there. Then when we shift into the D position here in measure 4. So we hit this D double stop, 7th fret, forward roll after that first quarter note. Before we move on to the second half, because there's a little bit more going on there, let's just run these first 4 measures slowly once through. 3, 4, 1. Great. Now let's move on to the second half. So 5th measure along, we are going to hold that double stop to kick us off. Then we're going to shift in this position with 10th and 9th fret and our melody on the D there. So our fingering as we move through, so 2nd and 3rd, then 2nd and 1st, and pinky out of that position. So just running it slow, sounds like this. So 2nd and 3rd, 2nd for the slide, 1st finger, pinky. Just a forward roll essentially. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A little variation on the end with the thumb and middle finger. If you reposition without the slide, that's okay. The slide can be of help as you change your position too. So we have this 7th fret. We double it up, do it again. The first time, there's a couple of ways of playing that in the right hand. You could just use index, middle, and thumb on string 5 exclusively. If you wanted to kick off measure 5 with thumb, that would be okay too. So there's a couple of options there. Otherwise, this is a forward roll, pretty straightforward. Finishing off measure 7. A little bit of melodic, there's more melodic later on too. So a lot of Scruggsy sort of stuff, but a little bit of melodic as we go through. So measure 7, forward roll. Yeah, a little melodic, passing 4th fret, 5th fret, then closing it out. That same Scruggsy lick from the beginning of the tune. So these first 8 measures, or this first break, we can repeat that a couple of times where we wish, depending on the structure of the tune or how we're playing the song. But this is the 8-bar idea. So from the top, once through, 3, 4, and 1. Excellent. So all the fingerings in the tablature for the right and the left hands. Pickinglessons.com, you can grab yourself this tablature, but in the member section there, we will break down the two other ideas. So pickinglessons.com, I'll see you there.